What is going on, guys, and welcome to this comparison video between AO International Tennis and AO Tennis 2. Both games are available worldwide for PS4, Xbox One and PC, and AO Tennis 2 is also available for Nintendo Switch. AO International Tennis was released in early 2018 and AO Tennis 2 in January 2020. I wanted to find out what has changed, so let's see how they compete right after the intro. To make it a bit easier, I will call the games AO Tennis 1 and AO Tennis 2. For this video I used the PS4 version of both games and recorded the footage right after the release of AO Tennis 2. AO1 has a file size of around 16 GB on version 1.38 and AO Tennis 2 has around 21 GB on version 1.02. I tried to categorize both games in a couple of categories to give you a better overview, so let's start off with the general menus of both games. AO1 uses a list view menu which consists the Australian Open, Career, Casual, Competition, Online, Tutorials, the Academy and the Settings. AO2 has a nice and clean looking menu built up with big rectangles splitted up into pretty much the same options, except that Casual is called Play Now and there is a new category called Scenarios. So a step forward in this category as AO2 looks way nicer than its predecessor. AO1's player list has 20 licensed players including Rafael Nadal, David Goffin or Angelique Kerber for example. The list is a bit longer in AO2 where you will find 25 players, 14 men and 11 women, including players like Nadal, Monfils, Ash Barty, Kristina Mladenovic and many more. Both games offer the option to download almost any big player or legend created by the community and some of them look like actual licensed players. You'll find Roger Federer, Novak Djokovic and many more in the Academy with different original outfits and accessories. Both games offer player editors. There is a really detailed menu for editing a lot of attributes in the player's face and his body, giving you the ability to create almost every look and playstyle you want. AO2 got an updated UI where everything looks more friendly, but the functionality is the same. AO1 has only 3 licensed courts from the Australian Open: Centre Court, Show Court and Court 8. And it also features the Rafael Nadal Academy. Besides that, you have London, Paris and New York representing the other 3 Grand Slam stadiums, including 2 additional courts, resulting in a total of 13 courts covering all main surfaces like hard court, grass and clay. AO2 has made a step forward here. You still have the licensed courts of the Australian Open, this time 6 courts including the Rod Laver Arena, Melbourne Arena, Margaret Court Arena and the show courts 2, 3 and 8. The Nadal Academy and London, Paris and New York are back again, including their show courts, and the Queensland Tennis Centre is also back again. Here as well you have the option to download user created stadiums and courts by the community, which also have original logos and appearance, and some of them look really great. And if you feel like getting creative yourself, you can also create your own arena in the venue creator, which offers endless possibilities. The match settings in both games offer pretty much the same. You can either play 1, 3 or 5 sets with 1 to 6 games, or you decide to play tiebreak. Both games also offer the option to play Fast 4, where you play sets only up to 4 instead of 6 games, resulting in shorter matches, but still not as short as playing tiebreaks only. Both games offer a lot of details from court surroundings to linesmen, referees, ball boys or the audience, which creates a good overall on-court experience. The audience doesn't look too good in either of the games and I personally don't really see a big difference between AO1 and AO2. The crowd reacts on nice shots or rallies, but it's not too spectacular and feels a bit random sometimes. Presentation wise, AO1 does a decent job, especially when you play the Australian Open. It looks like an actual TV production. For some reason this walk-on was removed in AO2, but therefore you get a nice Australian Open intro. In both editions, matches start with a coin toss to determine which player will serve or receive first. You also have some animations of the players sitting on their bench in between points and sip on their bottles or pack their bags after the game. In career mode, you also will be rewarded with a trophy after winning tournaments. Court usage is present in both games, where you will see tracks left by players after a while on clay or trampled grass. Overall, the gameplay graphics look okay in both games, but if you compare it to other actual sport games, they could probably be a bit better, and I don't really see an upgrade from AO1 to AO2. Ball boys and cameramen, for example, are just there for decoration, but at least the referees and linesmen show some movement here and there. Audience generally looks quite boring in both games as well. The main game modes in both games are casual or play now, the career mode, tutorials, online, and of course the fully licensed Australian Open, which offers a nice overall presentation of the whole tournament. In both games you can play against an AI player on 8 difficulties from Rookie to Grand Slam. I personally find that a bit too much, and to me they seem a bit unbalanced. Besides that, you can choose whatever court, difficulty or player you want to play, and in both games you can also play doubles. The tutorial offers a variety of different training modes in both games, where a ball throwing machine is used and you will have to return the ball into different zones. These trainings will teach you different shots and should improve your timing and the power you use on different shots. AO2 introduced a scenario mode where you can create your own scenarios. For example, you are 5-0 down in the last set and you have to win the game to challenge yourself. The career mode in AO International Tennis was a bit boring, as you just advanced from week to week with either an existing tennis star or with your own young player, with the main goal to get number 1. That has changed in AO2, where you find a nicer menu and the game itself has a little story to it. You can again start as an existing player or you create your own young player. There are animations in between tournaments where you talk to your dad and he tells you, for example, about new sponsoring offers. There is the option to schedule your tournaments, invite a doubles partner and to attend press conferences. There is also a new reputation system, so all your reactions on court or in press conferences will affect your career, whether you get or lose sponsors or invitations to new events. By winning games and tournaments, you earn experience points, which are used to upgrade your player's attributes, separated in power, reflexes, serve speed, stamina and speed. You will also earn money, which can be spent to upgrade your player's skills such as serve, forehand, backhand, volley, drop shot or lob. With each win you will climb up in the ranking, which is necessary to play bigger tournaments, as you can only participate in futures in the beginning. Overall, the career mode in AO2 got a nice upgrade, as AO1 was really boring, but the animations are basically always the same with just some different sentences. After playing it for a couple of hours, it's nothing special and there is space for improvements in future updates. The online mode of both games is straightforward. You can play a quick match, a custom match and have a look into the leaderboard. The connection seems to be stable and I had no problems at all to connect to an online opponent in AO1 and AO2. The gameplay feels smooth and you can even talk to your opponent if you have a headset. The gameplay is pretty much the same in both games, which means the focus is on precise timing. A little dot turning from red over orange to green indicates the perfect moment to hit the ball, and also the power meter is a crucial point to place the ball on your opponent's side. Besides that, you have a little dot on the opponent's side which indicates where you will place your shot. Both games feel pretty much the same to me, but in AO2 the developers added new animations and different variations of the player's movement. So they added new serve, forehand and backhand animations, for example, to make the game look more realistic. Overall, I find the games quite challenging, and if you are not happy with a referee decision, you can challenge referee calls by pressing the left and right shoulder button at the same time. The call will be under review and you will see the Hawkeye animation, which either confirms the call or you will win the challenge. To conclude this category, here are some side-by-side comparisons of both games. Around 2 years after the initial release of AO International Tennis, some things have changed. The overall presentation looks way more friendly in AO Tennis 2, but also the new career mode is a step towards the right direction. The gameplay was already good with the latest updates of AO Part 1, which is the most important thing in my opinion, and with the upgrades to the player roster and the stadiums, AO 2 is a solid game. The possibility that you can download players and stadiums in both games is a nice feature to play your favorite player or in your favorite venue, even though they are not officially licensed. Still, I personally think they could have made some improvements to the gameplay. I consider myself as a casual player and find the difficulty levels not really balanced, especially when I play with my young player in career mode. So if you're a casual player as well and you just want to play from time to time, I think AO1 is still enough, as you get everything gameplay wise, you can download the same players and venues, you only have to live with the fact that the UI doesn't look that nice and the career mode is not as fancy. But most likely it's still way cheaper than AO2, which is almost a full price game at the moment. Let me know what you think about both games or if you have any questions, and if you liked this video, leave a thumbs up and hit the subscribe and bell button so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. Thanks everyone for watching and see you next time.